Welcome back on this channel, guys. In this video, we're gonna look at simply how do you go from here to there? How do you bridge the gap from where you are to where you want to be in your life? No matter what you want, whether you want to make more money, have more success, change your body, have a better relationship. The number one question that people always ask me is that how do I go from where I am to where I want to be? And so in this video, we're gonna go very simply, very briefly into what is the most important element for you to close that gap in the fastest, easiest amount of time. Let's go. And so actually it's pretty simple. Once you understand this and a couple of things we're gonna talk about in this video, everything will start to click together, because ultimately it is very simple, but the application of it is not that simple. And this is where a lot of people get hooked on. So we're gonna break it down and we're gonna simplify it so that you are very clear with the process, but also the mental understanding of what it takes for you to go from here to here. Here meaning the life that you have right now, all right? And so if you are here in this situation right now, there is three things that are happening in your life. Number one is that you have a certain way of thinking. You have a certain way of feeling habitually, certain negative emotions or positive emotions that you feel on a daily basis. We could call this your emotional home, right? And then you also have a set of behaviors and habits, things that you do every single day, decisions that you tend to make. But what a lot of people don't really recognize is that the thought, feeling, and behaviors that you do most of the time that are creating this level of reality here, for 90% of this, you are unaware of what those are, meaning they are just subconscious programs, subconscious patterns, subconscious habits that are deeply embedded in your subconscious mind that you just do over and over and over again, right? And so who you are being, your state of being, your identity, your state of mind, your habitual self that you do every single day, that you live in every single day, keep on creating, keep on living at that level here. So you have to really understand that if you accept that your thoughts and your behaviors and your emotions create your reality, and that you can change your reality based on how you think, feel, and what you do, you have to take responsibility that what I do currently in my life creates my current result. So if there are certain things that I don't like in my life, it means that I go wrong somewhere here. Some of my inner programs at the subconscious level must be corrected, rectified, changed if I am to go on a different timeline, on a higher timeline, and actually go and reach the goals that I have. Because here is another truth that is equally important and significant, is that version of yourself here, the version of you that has the life that you want, the money, the success, the relationship, all of this, that version of yourself, your dream life, that version of you also has a certain way of thinking, feeling, and behaving on autopilot, right? And those are drastically different usually from the one that you have right now. Because if they were the same, if your mindset, if your state of being, if your identity was the same, you will already be there living that life. So this is the self-awareness and taking responsibility for where I am, becoming aware of what I need to shift in my thoughts, beliefs, assumptions, right? My feelings and my behaviors and my decisions and what I do, how I show up in my current reality that is creating the life that I have. So in a nutshell, this is why you are where you are. So if you want to go to the bridge, we need to change those three things. We need to think, feel, and behave accordingly to the life that you want. Because remember this, life doesn't give you what you want. Life gives you what you are, how you show up, how you think, right? Your thoughts create your reality. So if you keep on thinking a certain way, you're gonna keep on feeling a certain way, and those feelings are going to lead to certain decisions, certain actions, certain energy, and certain reactions and attractions of things in your life. So the key then is to identify very early into the process of what are those three elements and how are they different from what you are currently doing in your life right now. Because without that awareness, you cannot rectify what you're doing. You cannot see where you're going wrong. You cannot see how and where do you need to upgrade your own subconscious mind to a new software, to a new, better version that will create better results. So this is really the key to shifting anything in your reality. This is the key to bridging that gap. And the faster you change your inner beliefs, the faster you change the way you think, your perception, your belief about yourself and the world, how you think about yourself and the world, and how you show up in the world, the fastest you get there, right? Because remember, there's this law of resonance that you attract things in your life based on who you are being. And this person here is vibrating at a certain energy level. And when you shift to this level, your energy will be different because you have changed and grown and evolved. And therefore what you're creating and attracting in your life must also change. So then the question is, how do I identify the thoughts, beliefs that I need, the feeling and behaviors that I need in order to bridge that gap? And this is where your imagination kicks in, right? This is where your imagination kicks in. If you can close your eyes and if you can go to that level, if you can imagine in your mind or on paper, whatever works best for you, being that person. Imagine, visualize, mentally rehearse being that person right now. Imagine living your life a whole day in fast track of being that person, going to that new job, being in that relationship, seeing your body looking differently, walking down the street, driving differently. How would you be different? What kind of new thoughts would you have? How would you feel about yourself? How do you feel on a day-to-day basis? What kind of new actions and behaviors are you doing? What kind of old actions and behaviors have you let go of? And the more you become aware, the more you become familiar with this new version of yourself, the more and the easier and the faster it is to become that version of yourself. Because if you can create familiarity to mental rehearsal, to visualization, remember, your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between imagination and reality. So when you do visualization, what you're really doing is that you're teaching your subconscious mind, a new way of thinking, a new way of feeling, a new way of being in that new reality, doing the things that you want. The question is, it's not whether you have that power or you can do it or not. All of us have it. The question is, will you commit to do it every single day? Will you commit to show up in situation in your life today differently? Meaning when you go to your current job, in your current relationship, when you go to the gym, wherever you're going right now, will you show up with a new thought toward other people and yourself? Will you go up feeling a different way? Will you go up behaving differently? Or will you go back to the same old pattern over and over and over again and then bitching about why things are not changing in my life, right? Oh, Nenad, I've been trying to change my thoughts and my habit and I've been visualizing but nothing is happening, right? Because you spend 5 minutes a day here, putting your attention on what you want, feeling, being that way, and then for the rest of the 23 hours, 15 minutes or so, you go back to being here, to focusing on the lack, to focusing on what's not working, to focusing on where the fuck is my manifestation, how do I change my life? So you keep on reminding yourself of who you are being, and you keep on thinking according to what you already are. And so what you're just doing is that you're anchoring deeper that new state of being. So you're using your creative power to reaffirm who you are being right now. And so you reaffirm your current result. So really then it's a process of becoming familiar with the new you. List around the new thoughts, the new belief, the new perception, and repeat them as a mantra all day long when you go in different situations, in new situations in your life. Show up differently, feel differently. Let go of the anger, let go of the fear, let go of the resentment, let go of the shame, let go of all that guilt that belongs to the old identity. Start behaving in a new way. And when you're already thinking and feeling differently, you're already doing things differently. And when you do that, it is just a matter of a short time before you start seeing evidence to support the new version of yourself. And before you know it, you will bridge that gap and find yourself living that reality. So this is, in a nutshell, in a simplistic, simplified version, what you need to do if you want to go from where you are to where you want to be in your life. You got to shift those three things: your thoughts, your feelings, your behaviors. And when you match and become familiar to the new self, and you embody that new self every single day to the best of your ability, this change will happen. It is the law, it is a must, it cannot be any other way. Thank you for watching this video. Let me know what you think down in the comment. If you enjoy this type of videos and you want to see more of them, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and I will see you in my next video. Be well.